an organized religion at this point. So are you opposed to that?
No, I mean, that's what it is right now. But I'm sure if we could,
You trying to convert me?
I'm not saying I'm trying to convert you, but in relationships, we both feed off each other. So it's a give and take thing. So maybe the way I act towards God may influence you, but I'm not going to be pulled away from God. So I'm not saying convert you, but I would definitely try to influence you to get closer to God with me as I try to.
I don't know about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just really that I don't go to church. I don't believe in organized.
Now, before y'all get all into your own personal religion, I want you to understand something. On this channel, I respect all religions. I don't promote one religion over the other. I don't cast one religion down below the other. Whatever a person believes in or choose not to believe in, it is of their own accord to do so. And nobody has the right to tell you what you should or should not believe in or what you should or should not follow. But what's interesting in this video, first what was funny was the girl in the very end. If you didn't notice it, the way she was looking at the other young lady was funny as hell. Like she was in complete disbelief. But that is not uncommon for in America for black people to be in utter disbelief when they meet another black person who does not follow or tote the line of Christianity. That is actually very common, and for people to react that way. And it was shown itself in the comments as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that in this case, both persons, the guy and the woman, they both are dodging a bullet in the effect that two people of different spiritual beliefs are never or hardly ever going to work out. Now, in the comments though, it was split about 70-30. 70% of the people were easily identified as believers of the Bible and was saying that the girl must have church hurt, that the girl must have demons, that he avoiding his demon. They went very hardcore negative towards this young lady without even knowing her story, without knowing why believes the way she believes or follows whatever she follows. Without any information, they just make their assumptions. And you know when you make an assumption, when you assume, you ain't got ass out of you, but not me. But that's what was going on. Other people were saying, on the other side of the coin, you had some of the ruder ones who were always saying that, oh, she woke in that brother's sleep, and the slavery of the book, and so on and so forth. I think both are wrong. The smaller percentage of people that was in the comment sections were balanced, non-biased, and were speaking on terms of you must be equally yoked, not pushing one agenda over the other agenda. And I agree with those people. And this is where I had a problem with the young man in the video. The young man is looking at her beauty, looking at her body, and he's thinking, I want you. And even though you have something about you that I know would not work, I want to be the one to convert you over because I desire you physically. Because let's be honest, in these shows, there's no character development. You know nothing of these people's character. He wants her physically. And because he wants her physically, and she checks a few of his other criteria, but this is one of those main criteria. And although he says that a couple would give and there would be give and take, and that they would feed off of each other, he quickly amended that by saying that, well, I hope that I will be able to convert you over. And even though he's saying I'm not trying to convert, but influence you, which is conversion, he wants to convert her over. He was still, there was no give and take. Had to pause for that airplane. There was no give and take in that situation. He was simply saying that I'm going to get closer to my God, and hopefully I can influence you to come over to my God. Now, some people found that to be appealing, that he should. And I understand. In Christianity, there is the Great Commission, where you are supposed to go out and tell the world. But also, there is the time frames where, for instance, Yeshua goes and pulls the legion of demons out of the young man. When the people see this, the people like, nah, bro, we don't want to have nothing to do with you. He dusted off his sandals and he moved along. If a person doesn't want to be a part of your religion, your spirituality, your relationship with God, whatever variation you want to call it, after they say no, let them be. Dust off your sandals and keep it moving. You see, this young man should have popped her balloon. Not because she's demonic, not because she's pure evil, as some of those people were saying, but he should have just popped her balloon because she does not fit his criteria. And this is one of these things that I'm saying to these young men today. You have to stand on your standards. You have to stand on your criteria. Him wanting to be with her and hoping that over time he would be able to convert her into his style of Christianity, whatever version of Christianity he has, is not him standing on his ground. It's not him doing that. You see, it's different if he met somebody on the street and I'm talking to you and the person shows interest and you're just talking to them. But when you're trying to date someone, trying to be in a relationship with someone, and you're trying to change their beliefs, their spiritual beliefs, that is a recipe for disaster. For disaster. And it doesn't have to always be some big variation. There was this couple that I was coaching about 10, 15 years ago. And one of the biggest issues was the fact that she was Catholic, grew up Catholic, wanted the kids to go to the Catholic, well, the kids were going to a Catholic school, and the husband was Southern Baptist. Now, the two of them should have never gotten together in the first place. But at the time frame that I'm coaching them, they had been married for about 22, 23 years. Their kids were teenagers. They had been going to Catholic school their entire lives. And he was Southern Baptist. Him being Southern Baptist caused a problem with his parents. Because if y'all don't know, white Southern Baptists and white Catholics, they don't mix. They have a hate-hate relationship. But somehow these two got together. And now that the kids are getting older and the kids are in Catholic schools and he had a $50,000 pay cut, he wanted to take the kids out of Catholic schools and she was like, no, my kids are not coming out of Catholic school. So they were having a big issue with that. She wanted them to grow up with her spiritual upbringing. He wanted the kids to spend more time with his spiritual upbringing. But all their lives they had just been going to mass. But now he wanted to change it because his parents were also insisting that he change it. They constantly had problems with the parents being involved in the relationship, and the Catholicism versus Southern Baptist was the main problem that they had over and over again. Everything else in their life was working perfectly fine, but because of that, it was degrading the romance. It was degrading the dating. It was degrading everything else because now that the kids are older, they have more time to spend with each other, and now they really don't identify that well with each other. So there were some other things as well. But even when it's two variations of the same religion, you can have problems. I counseled a couple. They were of two different variations of Hinduism. It caused a problem. Two variations of Buddhism. It caused a problem. I had an American Muslim and an Arab Muslim. It was causing problems. You see, if you are not closely related in your spirituality to your mate, more than likely it is going to cause problems. And therefore, you should not get involved with that type of relationship. Now, I believe that the word equally yoked, or the idea of equally yoked, goes far beyond just religion. That you should be equally yoked in many, if not most, of your mental state, physical state, spiritual state, economic state. You should be equally yoked on 90% of who you are to your mate. But hey, what do you guys think? And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.